Tom, I'll commence it by, what were your thoughts on that first game under your charge once again?
I thought it was a bit mixed. I thought more so in the first half. I thought we were a little bit off the pace. We didn't. I thought Switzerland were a little bit sharper than us, got to the ball a little bit quicker. But in general, we still look fairly solid and fairly safe. I thought for big patches of the second half, we dominated possession of the game without creating a lot of chances. But at 1-0, we didn't have to create a lot of chances, and I was a little bit disappointed with the quality of the goal that we gave away. I thought it was very messy defensively from us.
Please use the raise your hand function, and I'll come to you in terms of questions.
So, Bob, the always there want to put it in up in Marshall with the share, but that is part of the
Might kick it off with Vince.
Yeah, I finally figured out where the butt was again.
Well done, Vince.
10 minutes every time.
Yeah. Keep working on it, Vince.
The goal. Yeah, no, cheers. The goal, Tom, you just mentioned Messi defending. Were you disappointed just with that? Yeah, the failure to clear the lines there, and wasn't too difficult a situation, but I guess that failure then that you got exposed.
Yeah, that's a disappointing thing. It wasn't that we, particularly at that stage in the game, it wasn't that I felt we were under a great deal of pressure. And as you say, I think we probably had, I haven't looked at the video, but from the side, I think we had 3 or 4 opportunities to actually clear the ball, and there shouldn't have been that danger in the first place. So that was a little bit disappointing, and particularly, as I say, at a time in the game when I felt that we were looking comfortable and controlling the game.
All right, Vince.
Yep, and also just wanted to ask, the great mystery of the Matildas at the moment is how to get the best out of Mary Fowler. She seemed to struggle a little bit to make an impact on the game today. How do you see, well, first of all, her performance today, and second of all, how are you thinking about trying to make sure that this team gets the maximum out of it?
Well, I think in fairness to Switzerland, I thought they defended very, very well. So I think you've got to, sometimes you've got to give credit to the opposition and what they did. I think, for part of the time in our midfield, we didn't quite work out how to press or when to press, and I think that the result of that was that Mary never really got a foothold in the game at any time. But I also thought that a lot of our play actually went down the left-hand side tonight, and that didn't allow her to get on the game and to start dictating the game.
Aaron Smith.
Is anyone looking at the thing that is 4 against?
Thank you. And Tom, your first time working with Mary in the national team camp, what did you think of her effort in training, and how she played the game?
Now, look, she's a very talented footballer, and still a young footballer. So I think I don't want to sort of overexpose her in a sense. And it was a game that it was difficult for not just me. It was difficult for our midfield players tonight because, as I say, I thought Switzerland defended very well. They defended very deep. They had lots of numbers in midfield, and it made it difficult for us to get some quality possession in there. And that's part of football, it's part of the game, and I thought Switzerland did that really well tonight. Now it's just a case of going back, looking over it, and seeing how we can solve that problem to get our key players on the ball more often.
And how's the team feeling after that game, Tom? What was the vibe like in the dressing room after?
I haven't been in the dressing room, to be honest. It's like anything. At the end of the game, there's players that didn't play in many minutes or any minutes doing some running. There's players signing autographs. There's players going straight into the dressing room. So I haven't, the time for reflection and the time for conversation, for me, doesn't happen now. It happens, probably tomorrow and the next day when we've got a chance to assess everything, look at the video, etc., and then sort of make our observations from there.
Vin.
Daniela Galic obviously came off the bench, and I'm deputy top for the Matildas. Obviously, you spoke about it the other day. Would you take of the sort of 15 minutes on the park?
Yeah, in hindsight, should maybe have made the subs 5 minutes earlier. I thought she did very well. I thought she came on and certainly didn't look out of place, looked comfortable in the ball, kept wanting the ball, worked hard. So, I think for her first time getting into the national team in a game that was a very tight game, I thought she equipped herself very, very well.
Follow-up, Ben?
And yeah, to just throw it forward on to Germany. I mean, how much better does this team need to be to, be competitive in that game? Obviously, Germany, an excellent team, and have an extra emotional reason to play on Monday night with Alex Fox being farewelled.
I think we certainly need to step up based on tonight's performance. But tonight was the first game. It's the first game with the team for a while. The Germany game, I think, will be an entirely different game. I think Germany will come out to play more open football, more attacking football, and that might actually give us a better chance to actually play and get the ball and get in possession. As I say, I thought Switzerland did very, very well tonight in the way that they managed to get behind the ball and keep things tight. So hopefully the German game might be a little bit more open, which makes it a little bit more dangerous defensively, but it also may give us more opportunities attacking-wise.
Aaron.
Just on that, Tom, like you mentioned, Germany will play a different style of football. Do you expect the Matildas to go out there with a different formation then and line up differently?
To be honest, I don't know at this stage, Aaron. I think, when you've got these games back to back, you come in with a plan, but the plan tends to alter. Sometimes it can alter before the first game, but it certainly alters at the end of the first game. And it will depend on a few things. It will depend on how our players come up after tonight. It will depend on, we'll do a bit more observation of Germany, and then we'll decide on both personnel and the system that we'll go into the game with.
Final questions.
With a bit of a different format from the Matildas today. Did you say it worked? Tom, obviously not a win, but still a draw, and mentioned the Swiss defence. But in, I guess, the overall scheme of things, were you generally happy with how it played out?
There was bits of it that needs a little bit of adjusting and some decision making, but part of that is part of it is the system, and part of it is players recognising situations a little bit quicker. So it's a combination of that. I think what we do between now and Monday when we play Germany is sit down and look to see, like, some of the decisions might be made for us depending on how players have come out of the game tonight. But we need to just sit down, look at the game tonight, look at our players, and then sort of make a decision on what's the best lineup. And, I haven't got there yet. I haven't even processed the game tonight. So there's a few things to do before I can give you any sort of more definitive answers on what we'll do against Germany.